Gorilla versus Mike Tyson, the ultimate showdown. Two unstoppable forces, one from the wild and one from the ring. The silverback gorilla, a 400-pound titan of muscle and fury, versus Mike Tyson, one of the most powerful and feared boxers in history. Who would reign supreme in this ultimate fantasy matchup? We're talking about a primal battle for dominance. On one side, you've got this incredible display of raw animal power, the kind of strength that evolution has been sculpting for millions of years. And on the other side, you've got human ingenuity, technique, and the heart of a champion. Stay tuned because the answer will surprise you. Alright, let's break this down. We're talking about a serious clash of titans here. First up, you've got the gorilla, a beast built for strength. I'm talking about an animal that can lift over 1,800 pounds, twice the weight of a fully grown bison. That's just insane. Their muscle mass is off the charts, man. And the bite force? Forget about it. We're talking over 1,300 psi. That's enough to crush bamboo like it's nothing. You ever seen a gorilla bite through a metal trash can? It's terrifying, man. But then you've got Mike Tyson in his prime. Iron Mike. This guy was a force of nature. He could generate 1,600 pounds of force in a single punch. That's enough to knock out a rhino, let alone a human being. Think about the guys Tyson went up against. Holmes, Spinks, Burbick. He knocked them all out, and these were some of the toughest dudes on the planet. So you can't underestimate Tyson's power. But even with Tyson's insane punching power, you gotta remember, we're talking about a gorilla here. These animals are built different. Their muscles are denser, their bones are thicker, and they're just built for brute force. I mean, have you ever seen a gorilla charge? It's like a runaway freight train. Tyson's got power, no doubt, but the gorilla's overall physical dominance is just on another level. It's like comparing a hand grenade to a stick of dynamite. Both can do some serious damage, but the dynamite is in a whole other category. And in this case, the gorilla is the dynamite.
Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school.
Now, this is where things get really interesting. When it comes to speed, people underestimate gorillas. They see this big, powerful animal and think it's slow and lumbering. But that's not the whole story. These guys can move, man. They can hit speeds of up to 25 miles per hour in short bursts. That's faster than Usain Bolt. Now, they can't sustain that speed for long distances, but in a short sprint, they're surprisingly quick. And then you've got Mike Tyson, the master of speed and agility in the ring. This guy was lightning fast. His footwork was incredible and his jabs were like lightning strikes. He could bob, weave, and slip punches like it was nothing. Tyson's speed and agility are what allowed him to take down opponents much larger than him. He was always one step ahead, using his quickness to his advantage. He was like a phantom in the ring. Here 1 second, gone the next. Now, if this fight were to happen in a confined space, like a boxing ring, Tyson's speed and agility could give him a real edge. He could use his footwork to stay out of the gorilla's reach and land some quick jabs. But here's the thing. Gorillas are incredibly agile for their size. They're built to move through dense jungle, climbing trees and navigating obstacles. They're not just big, dumb brutes. They've got surprising dexterity. So while Tyson might have the edge in terms of pure speed and technique, the gorilla's agility shouldn't be underestimated. It could still close the distance and land a devastating blow if Tyson's not careful. Alright, now we're getting into the real game changer, the mind. This is where humans have a clear advantage. We're not the strongest or the fastest animals on the planet, but we've got the brains. Gorillas are no dummies though, they're incredibly intelligent creatures. They can problem solve, use tools, and even communicate with each other in complex ways. They're way smarter than most people give them credit for. But they're not strategists like humans are. They don't have the same capacity for abstract thought, planning, and deception. They operate more on instinct and learned behavior. Mike Tyson, on the other hand, was a master strategist in the ring. He didn't just rely on his power and speed, he used his brain. He studied his opponents, learned their weaknesses, and exploited them ruthlessly. Tyson could adapt his strategy mid-fight, changing his approach based on his opponent's movements and reactions. He was always thinking several steps ahead, trying to anticipate his opponent's next move. So in a fight against a gorilla, Tyson's intelligence and strategic thinking would be his biggest assets. He could use his understanding of the gorilla's behavior to predict its movements and avoid its attacks. He could also try to outsmart the gorilla using feints and distractions to create openings. He could even try to lure the gorilla into a trap, using the environment to his advantage. But even with superior intelligence and strategy, Tyson would still be facing an opponent with incredible instincts and raw power. It would be a battle of wits against brute force. Let's talk about toughness, the ability to take a punch and keep on coming. This is another area where gorillas have a serious advantage. They're built to withstand incredible amounts of pain and punishment. Think about it, they live in a world where they're constantly battling for dominance, defending their territory and fending off predators. They're used to getting banged up. Their bones are thicker than ours, their muscles are denser, and their skin is incredibly tough. They can take a beating that would put a human in the hospital and just shake it off. Mike Tyson was no stranger to pain either. He trained like a madman and endured some brutal fights in his career. He had an iron jaw and could take a punch from some of the hardest hitters in boxing history. But even Tyson's legendary toughness would be put to the test against a gorilla. These animals are incredibly resilient. They can survive injuries that would cripple a human. Plus, gorillas have this incredible stamina. They spend their days climbing, foraging, and fighting. They're used to being on the move for hours on end. Tyson, on the other hand, was known for his explosive power, not his endurance. His fights were usually over quickly, either by knockout or TKO. He wasn't used to being in long, drawn-out battles of attrition. So, in a fight against a gorilla, Tyson's endurance would be a major concern. Could he withstand the gorilla's relentless attacks? Could he keep up with its stamina? It's a tough call. So who would win in this ultimate showdown? It's the question that keeps us all on the edge of our seats. It's the ultimate fantasy fight. Man versus beast. The boxer versus the silverback. On paper, the gorilla has a clear advantage. It's bigger, stronger, and more durable. It's got weapons that would make a Navy SEAL jealous. And it's got the raw, primal aggression that comes from millions of years of evolution. But Mike Tyson isn't just any man. He's one of the greatest boxers of all time. He's got speed, power, and incredible technique. And he's got the heart of a champion, the will to win that can't be measured. In a straight-up fight, no rules, no holds barred, the gorilla would probably win. It's just too big, too strong, and too well-equipped for close combat. Tyson's punches, while powerful, wouldn't be enough to put down a silverback. But if Tyson could use his intelligence and strategy, if he could find a way to exploit the gorilla's weaknesses, he might have a chance. He could try to outmaneuver it, tire it out, and create an opening for a decisive blow. He could use tools, create traps, or even try to turn the environment to his advantage. He could use his brain to even the odds against the gorilla's brawn. But even then, it would be a long shot. The gorilla is a formidable opponent, and Tyson would be risking his life in this fight. It would be a battle for the ages, a true test of human ingenuity and determination against the raw power of nature. So, who do you think would win? Let me know in the comments below. While this epic clash may never happen, it's fascinating to compare the raw power of nature with human skill and determination. Who do you think would win this ultimate showdown? It's a question that sparks the imagination and makes us appreciate the incredible diversity of life on this planet. From the brutal strength of the gorilla to the strategic brilliance of a fighter like Mike Tyson, we see the incredible range of adaptations that have allowed different species to thrive. Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more epic battles like this one.